a lot of you here made the rather tough decision to work in medicine. Ever come home after a particularly hard day at the hospital and complained about it to your non-medical partner, friend, or family member, and then heard the words, "Well, you chose medicine. I didn't ask you to." Frustrating, right? Let me complain about it for a little bit. However, I did choose medicine. But when I chose it, at no point in time did I vehemently decide that it would be the only thing that I wanted to choose. You see, medicine is not just a career. It is a lifestyle choice. Most doctors say it is their one true calling. But what happens if you're a person in medicine who has more than one calling? When I graduated medical school, I took a long, hard look at my career and wondered if I was doing everything that I really wanted to do. I thought about that quite a bit. You see, I've always been drawn to multiple industries. I love media and the creative fields, and as a child, I had a lot of different hobbies. No, really, I mean a lot. From singing and dancing to modeling and sports. I even played tennis for 8 years and managed to play at Wimbledon. Nah, I'm just kidding. I never really got good at that one. Couldn't even get the ball over the net, but I tried. What I didn't realize is that I would get addicted to this feeling of doing multiple things at once. I didn't realize that my brain was wired to thrive in this environment that was overloaded. All my life, I was rewarded for being a person like this. Colleges love the multifaceted student who could play sports and keep their grades up, who could do 1,000 different things at once and do them well. And then, I went to grad school. More specifically, medical school. And something just changed. Suddenly, my desire and ability to do more than one thing seemed like a distraction. Somewhere along the line, I was told that doing anything other than medicine was just simply a waste of my time. I had to sacrifice everything. And for a long time, I believed that voice. To add insult to injury, every student around me seemed like they were exactly where they wanted to be, doing exactly what they wanted to do, but not me. I just wanted more. Don't get me wrong, I love medicine, but that's not the only thing that I love. So I resigned myself to the fact that medicine would be the only thing that I would do forever and ever, which is great, if that's what you want to do. But I just didn't want to fit into that cookie-cut image anymore. So I took some baby steps, tested the waters a little bit, just tried to find people like me who were out there. And I found so many different individuals in various different industries thriving. From people who were PhDs and rock stars to actors and scientists. And my favorite person in the history of the world, who was an artist, a mathematician, a writer, and an inventor, Da Vinci. This was encouraging. But I kept thinking about being a person like this in medicine. Was there any room for a person like me to be a doctor? So I refined my search. And that internet vortex that usually leads me to watching hours and hours of videos of goats singing along with Usher finally paid off. Dr. Ken Jeong, internal medicine physician, also known as Leslie Chow from the famed Hangover movies. Dr. Tenley Albright, Olympic gold medalist figure skater and surgeon. Dr. Oliver Sacks and Dr. Robin Cook, both well-renowned authors. So I tried to analyze these individuals, tried to figure out what they were doing right. How did they manage to pursue medicine and their other interests? And finally, I found it. The secret, the holy grail of this capability, if you will. They just did it. That is all. No exceptionally high IQ, no lottery-winning luck. They just did it because they wanted to. And so, that's what I started to do. I just started doing and learning things because I wanted to. However, you may ask, medicine is an extremely mentally and physically fatiguing industry. How will I find the time? And I'm going to give you some advice that was given to me way too many times. Nobody is too busy. It's just a matter of priorities. And to be fair, a lot of caffeine. So, at the time when I started this, I was an intern. My typical day was spent rushing around the hospital, pulling 24, sometimes 72-hour-long shifts, and at the end of the day, I would be exhausted, with no will or momentum to do anything else. Add to this an unpredictable, erratic schedule, and I couldn't do anything else I wanted to do. I needed to find a loophole. To prioritize. I started small. I would just listen to a podcast or two on business and fitness while driving to the hospital. Made that a little bigger and spent 2 to 3 hours on my day off learning how to code. And then sometimes, I would even post a picture to my fitness blog while waiting for patient reports. To be fair, when I started this, my social life suffered a little bit. But as a budding physician, never really had much of one anyway. What I didn't realize is that all of these skills would add up. You see, initially, I was disheartened. I thought this minimal time investment into my other interests would never pay off. But I kept at it. And 1 hour became 2, 2 became 3, and then a whole year had gone by, and I had learned this new thing. And here's the kicker. All of these seemingly random skills and passions are now adding up. They're giving me a unique perspective on medicine and the industry. Sitting at the edge, I can look at things in a way I never did before. Right now, I get to work at the DICE Group, where I explore my love for technology and business within the realm of healthcare. I didn't have to choose. I could do it all. And you know what? Really wasn't that hard finding a group of physicians like me out there, which leads me to believe that there are a lot more of us. Many of us physicians sacrificing following our passions because someone told us medicine was just too hard of a career to do anything else. I'm here to say, don't choose, augment. Believe in your skill. And believe that you can do whatever you want, no matter how untraditional or out there it may seem. So here are the things that I want you to take away from this. Number 1, find the intersection. Finding the intersection or the edge of these industries helped me facilitate my desire to do more than one thing. Let me give you an example. If you like drawing, then maybe you can become a medical illustrator. And if you like writing, then maybe write a medical thriller. And if you like playing the clarinet, then you can do an in-depth study on the effects of music on the brain, or you could just play the clarinet. Finding a way to fuse my passions helped me manage my time better. But if you can't, then that's all right. Which brings me to point number 2. Discard the what ifs. What if I do this and I'm not good enough? What if I just never have the time? What if I get distracted? What if you don't? Do not consider your passions a waste of your time. In ways you cannot comprehend right now, you will use them later. I like to think that random Shakespeare monologue that I performed some years ago gives me some level of confidence to stand here and talk to you today. And finally, you are the person who will catalyze the change. You are the future healthcare CEO. It is this very multidisciplinary approach that allows you to understand so many different things, and that's what makes you a good leader. It allows you to have a perspective that is broad and well-educated, and allows you to take on problems head-on and comprehend them in a way that most people can't. Celebrate this. Do not hide it. It is often the outliers that can affect real change. Some physicians may follow their passions during medicine. Some of you did it before, and some of you will do it after. Some may keep them as hobbies. Others may augment it into their career. It doesn't matter how or when you do it. It only matters that you did. So I implore you to take off your blinders, look up and look around, and do not miss the opportunities to follow your passions. So the next time someone says, "I didn't ask you to choose medicine," I want you to think and remember to yourself, you don't have to choose. Thank you.